This is a three-part video series that will look at how personal characteristics influence language learning. The first video looked at IQ, aptitude, learning styles, extrovertedness, and inhibitions. The second video considered anxiety and motivation. This third video will briefly look at cultural identity, learner beliefs, and the critical period hypothesis. Another personal area of language learning is cultural identity. How do students feel about the language they're supposed to be learning? How do they feel about the culture behind it? Is it the language of a conqueror? These can influence learners on a number of levels. Do students who get complimented for their native-like sound or ability get teased by other students? We no longer push native-like fluency in TESOL programs because of the identity issues related to it, as well as the fact that the majority of students will never reach that level. And they don't have to. What we strive for these days is communicative competence, being able to communicate in the target work or leisure situations. The next personal area of language learning is learner beliefs. I warn new teachers that adult learners may not appreciate lots of games or songs in the classroom because they often come to class with their own ideas about how they need to learn. With adult learners, it's much more important to consistently communicate the purpose and learning goals for any activity that happens in class. It's possible to change someone's belief about how a second language should be learned, but it takes patience, clear communication of the plans and goals, and perceived success. The last personal area of language learning I want to discuss is the critical period hypothesis. There's a fair amount of research showing that someone starting to study a language after puberty will never reach native-like pronunciation fluency. However, there's also evidence to suggest that babies growing up in a bilingual and bicultural environment tend to get confused and don't reach fluency faster than kids who start learning around ages 10 to 12. It seems like the best option is to let children become well-grounded in their mother tongue and culture before introducing them to a second one. In review, we discussed cultural identity, learner beliefs, and the critical period hypothesis.